And a good evening, everybody, from Hutton Arena here at the campus of Hamline University in St. Paul. Welcome to the best in Division III sports, the MIAC. And tonight, the rematch, second go-around between the Hamline Pipers, the host team tonight, and your Augsburg Auggies. Men's basketball here on TJSportsOnline.net, Augie Games Central. And I'm Sam Merchant, voice of the Auggies, the Silver Fox Tom Ritchie, pushing all the buttons, pulling out his hair, what's left of it. This broadcast here on Augie Games Central, brought to you by Minnesota Coaches Incorporated, and also brought to you by Memory Lanes and Flashback Cafe, 26th Avenue in South Minneapolis, the Courtyard Minneapolis Hotel, the Corner Bar, Thrivent Financial for Lutherans, Twin City Orthopedics, Devani's Pizza, and the 360 Wow Incorporated, of course, also brought to you by Jimmy John's. This is our Augie pregame show. We mentioned this is the second go-around between these two teams. The Augies winning at home 92-81, but the road has been much more favorable to the Augies of late. They are 7-1 on the road. Finding winning at home has been a little bit elusive. As mentioned, both the Augies and Hamline right now. Hamline out of a playoff picture, but the standings very, very tight. Two teams probably already in, St. John's and St. Louis, but after that, a 5-team race for 4 playoff spots. This is our Augie pregame show, part of a doubleheader. And it's over at Augsburg at Simon Hall. It is Hamline and Augsburg women's basketball. Charlie Beatty with the call of that game. Minnesota Coaches, the official bus provider for Augsburg Athletics. If you have travel needs for your group or special event, visit www.minnesotacoaches.com to learn more or to request a quote. Thank you to Minnesota Coaches. And take a trip down Memory Lane at Memory Lanes and Flashback Cafe on 26th Avenue in South Minneapolis. 30 bowling lanes, live entertainment, great food, and 2 game rooms make for a great time. Visit www.memorylanesmpls.com for more information. And the Courtyard Minneapolis Hotel, impressive with state-of-the-art guest rooms, private meeting spaces, and mouth-watering fare at the bistro. Conveniently located, featuring a complimentary shuttle to bring you right to all the Augie sports action. Visit them at courtyard.com/MSPDC. At the Courtyard Minneapolis Hotel, it's a new stay and probably jam-packed for the Super Bowl this weekend, being just a few blocks away from a U.S. Bank Stadium. Again, this is a pregame show. Time for our visit. And Augie game night continues here from the Hutton Arena, oldest arena here in the country, a little bit older than I am. It is time for the coaches section. A visit with Charlie Scott, assistant head coach here at Augsburg University, and talk about the fortunes of the Augies. Hey, we're on the road, which seems to favor us a little bit better this year.
Yeah, we like the road, apparently. What are we, 7-1 on the road? So, yeah, we'll anytime we can get out of Simelby, apparently, that's a good thing.
And your take on the play of this team, either home and away, the last month or so?
Yeah, obviously. I mean, it shouldn't really matter where we're playing, and we talk about that fairly often. But yeah, the guys have been dialed in. You know, I mean, trip to Vegas was great, and it really kind of gelled us as a team, and seemed very focused when we came back from that. And obviously, been playing very well offensively, and then you know, a little bit inconsistent on the defensive side here and there. But you know, put together some good efforts on that end. As well, and that's why, you know, we've gone on a couple nice streaks of winning some games here, and of course, you know, there's a few then throughout the entire season that we'd love to have back. You know, we're about 3 possessions away from, you know, being a 2-loss team on the entire year, but obviously that's not going to do you any good thinking and talking about that. So we're just focused on tonight's game and looking forward to it.
All right, and should I use the word Carlton?
No. No, we're done with them for the year unless we see them in the playoffs, and that's a far distant thought right now as well. So,
I want to talk, and I think Charlie interviewed this young man. This young man out of St. Croix Lutheran came in here in the middle of the year. How do you pronounce his first name? Jamaris?
Jamaris, yeah.
And talk a little bit about this young man and his potential, his future.
Yeah, we're excited about Jamaris. He's a great person. He works hard. Great communicator. Was a real pleasure to recruit throughout all of you know, his high school season last year, and spent the first semester down at Briar Cliff this year, and decided to come up to Minneapolis, get a little closer to home, and be around his family, and we're excited to have him. So he's a great young man. He's got a lot of athletic ability on the basketball court, and looking forward to having him in our program for after this year, the next 3 years. So.
One game that we did win at home was against Hamline, 92-81. The rematch with the Pipers, and always tough in this building.
Yeah, they're a tough team. They are very good defensively. They control the game. They turn it over. Very few. I mean, they don't turn it over often at all. I think they're right up there with us and leading the conference in fewest turnovers. So they do a good job of running their offense, and it's very hard to take them out of what they want to do. And they have a very good player in Zach Smith and a good supporting cast all around, guys that can shoot it, guys that can score inside, and their posts can stretch the floor as well. So they're a tough cover. Obviously, they shot like 54 or 55% against us at our place, and obviously that's going to be a key for us now. This game is slowing them down on that end, and trying to do some things schematically, defensively that will take care of that, and hopefully we can execute it.
All right, watching the JV game and short bench, but the JV has done a pretty good job this year.
Yeah, they've done a great job. Those guys go out there and they work hard every day in practice, and it's fun for them to have an opportunity to go and display some of that in these games. So they're doing a great job, and it's been fun to see their progression throughout the year.
And obviously they're fighting for some playing time because we lose a lot after this year.
Yeah, absolutely. Every day in practice, every time you get a chance to put something on tape like they do in these JV games, is an opportunity to evaluate and for them to compete. And we talk about that often every day too. There's no guarantee that any of these guys that are playing in this JV game, I mean, you never know. There might be an opportunity in tonight's game or sometime down the road, and we talk about that all the time. I mean, you never know when your opportunity is going to come, and you need to be prepared for it. And so they do a good job of that.
All right, Charlie, last question. We'll touch on the home front. How many days away from number 2?
March 3rd is the due date, so I don't know how many days that is, but yeah, March 3rd.
Mom doing pretty well?
She's doing great, yep. Yeah, she's doing great. She's, I think, Caroline, she will turn 2 March 21st, and she was, I think, 9 or 10 days early from her due date, so if this one comes out early, you might see me running off the bench during a game. We'll see. I don't know.
All right, well, Charlie, best of luck to you and the family and to this team. Good luck.
Thanks a lot, Tom.
And that is Charlie Scott, assistant head coach of your Augsburg Auggies. Both teams are on the floor, and we're about to get this one underway. Special night here at Hutton Arena. It is Veterans Night. We'll have the veterans being honored, and there'll be a special honor guard as well. As mentioned, MIAC men's basketball. The standings right now, St. John's at 13-0, 17-1 overall, ranked number 4 in the country. St. Olaf in second place by a game over the rest of the pack. The Oldings are 10-4. Augsburg 9-5, Bethel 9-5, St. Thomas 9-5, Carleton 9-5, and Gustavus looking in from the outside. They are 8-6. After that, it's Hamline, Concordia, McAllister, and St. Mary's. Mentioned in this doubleheader tonight. Tonight in the MIAC in women's basketball, it is Carleton at Gustavus, Concordia at St. Vans, Hamline again at Augsburg, Charlotte Beatty on the broadcast, St. Kate's at St. Mary's, St. Olaf at Bethel, and St. Thomas is at McAllister. Game tonight in men's basketball, in addition to our contest, it is Bethel at St. Olaf, Concordia Moorhead at St. John's, Gustavus at Carleton, McAllister at St. Thomas. Hamline Pipers under head coach Jim Hayes, now in his 6th year. Again, they're 9-10 overall and 5-9 here in the conference. And the Auggies are 14-5 overall, 9-5 in the MIAC, winning the first go-around by a score of 92-81. This is your Auggie pregame show here on Auggie Game Central as we have the color guard coming out to the center of the floor. And again, a string rendition of our national anthem again. The color guard at center court. An appreciative crowd here at Hutton Arena with the color guard and the ceremonies. This is your pregame show from Auggie Game Central, and our public address announcer is about to introduce the starting lineups.
A 6'3" senior guard from Augsburg, Minnesota, number 3, Dylan C. For the Auggies, 6'6" senior forward from Augsburg, Minnesota, number 4, Nick Sabatke. For the Pipers, 5.
Nick Sabatke for your Auggie 6'6" senior out of Egan. The starting guard for the Hamline Pipers, Dylan Searocker, is a 6'3" senior. He is from Albert Lee. Next for the Pipers, Zach Smith, a 6'1" senior. Played for the Burnsville Blaze. And next for your Augsburg Auggies, here's Harry Shunning, one of our 4 seniors, the 5'10" senior from Apple Valley. And next for the Hamline Pipers is Isaac Brooks, a 6'5" junior, and played his high school basketball at Lakeville North. And for the Auggies, here comes K-Mac, Kevin McKinnon, our 5'11" junior from Prior Lake. And next for the Pipers, they're wearing the white today with the maroon numbers and trim. And it is T.C. Robinson, a 5'11" senior, playing for the Panthers at Spring Lake Park. And for your Auggies, it is Booker Copeland. Booker, the 6'4" sophomore from Shakopee, had transferred from the University of Wisconsin River Falls. And for the Hamline Pipers is Ethan Shearing, a 6'5" junior, played for the St. Francis up there in the Mississippi 8 Conference. So that is the matchup tonight. As we mentioned, touchdown with Charlie. Tough JV game. If we make our free throws down the stretch, we win by 8. But the Auggies missed their last 7 or 8 free throw attempts and had a chance to win it with 4 seconds to go, missed 2 free throws. Hamline comes back, gets fouled, and they sink 2 free throws and win 56-54. A disappointing loss. The Auggies fought so hard and had to come from behind on a couple different occasions, but it was not their night. Hey, this is Auggie Game Central, and by the way, tomorrow night we'll be back on the air from the Herb Brooks National Hockey Center in St. Cloud. I'll get a chance to broadcast up there for the first time in 20 years. I was voice of St. Cloud State Husky hockey way back when, 94 through 98. It'll be Augsburg and St. John's men's hockey here on Auggie Game Central. Auggies wearing the maroon with the gray numerals and a white trim. And the Auggies winning the first go-round at home, 92-81. Auggies will be going left to right, as it'll be Ethan Shearing to jump against Colin Omshad. And they should be underway at Sim Elby Hall. We had a chance to broadcast the women's game here a few weeks ago, and the tip controlled by the Pipers. Coming right to left, into the front court is Zach Smith. He's a good one. Smith into the lane, knocked away by Sony. But the loose ball comes to T.C. Robinson. Hand off near side for Searocker. Dylan down the left wing, free throw line, high bounce pass back up top for Smith. Smith down the right wing, cut off by Olmshed, puts one up, shot no good. Rebound, taken out by Nick Sabatke. Sony, outlet pass, Booker Copeland into the front court. Booker being walked there by Searockers. Sabatke goes left wing, Kevin McKinnon, and Zach Smith on him. Copeland with the basketball, pick set by Colin Olmshed. Booker goes wing near side for Sony. Sony swings it around the perimeter, goes inside. He has an opening, backs it off glass, no good. Rebound, loose ball taken away by the Pipers and Ethan Shearing. Piper basketball. Both teams 0 for 1 in the shooting so far here today. Smith with the basketball off in the left wing for Sea Rockers. Dillon down the right wing against Copeland, using up that dribble. Clears it back up top. And there's T.C. Robinson for Isaac Brooks. Sets the pick going inside low. Sea Rockers makes it in. Dillon Sea Rockers averaging 12 points a ball game. And Hamline has a 2-0 lead. Copeland with the basketball looking inside. There's the entry pass. To Colin. He lays it up and in. Colin Olmshad averaging 19 points a ball game. There's their first tie at deuce apiece. Minute and a half into this contest. Pipers, they go up top for Isaac Brooks. Sea Rockers down the lane. Up off glass, shot no good. Whistle and an offensive foul or a blocking foul against Nick Sabatke. And looks like it's on Nick. And looks like it'll be in the act of shooting. Hamline averaging around 70 points a ball game, giving up 68. They shoot 47% from the field, 39% from three-point range, 73% from the line. Dillon is one of the better free throw shooters at 86%, shooting 2. The left-hander, first one up and short. Pipers with about 32 rebounds per ball game. Still knotted up at 2-2. One of their 6 seniors, Dillon Sea Rockets, free throw up and good. And the Pipers regain the lead at 3-2. So into the front court, Sabatke out of the right wing against Kevin McKiernan. Being watched there by Robinson. They go inside. Booker shot is rejected and taken away by Ethan Shearing. Into the front court, Zach Smith, Sea Rockers baseline. Skips it over the top, far side. 3 on the way, no good by Robinson, and the rebound belongs to the Auggies. Copeland into the front court very quickly. Sabatke long NBA 3, and it's good! Nick Sabatke averaging 7 points a ball game, his 22nd three-pointer of the season. The Auggies have 172 threes on the season as the Auggies have the lead back. There's their first lead change of the ball game. Low post underneath, shot is rejected by Olmshad, out of bounds as Ethan Shearing trying to go reverse layup. And it'll be Hamline to inbound the basketball underneath their own boards against Shearing out of St. Francis. Shearing gets it in. There for Isaac Brooks. Brooks clears it up top for Shearing. Sea Rockers up on the wing near side. Robinson goes into the post. Shearing, turnaround, right-hand hook up and no good. Tipped up, no good. Third time down, loose ball on the floor. It belongs to the Auggies. Left to right, 5-3 Auggies. Here's entry pass underneath. Olmshad lays it up and he is fouled from behind. Shot didn't go. But Colin will go into the free throw line to shoot a couple. And the foul is on Ethan Shearing, a shooting foul. As Olmshad will go to the free throw line. The Auggies averaging 79 points a ball game offensively. Defensively giving up 69, 47% from the field, 38% from three-point range, 74% from the line. Olmshad's free throw is good. And he is one of our better free throw shooters at 91%. And he has all 3 of our 6 points. Now 6-3. Second one by Colin is also good. And the Auggies increase their lead to 4 points, 7-3. Closing in on 17 minutes to go in the half. Zach Smith all the way to the basket. Kicks out to the wing. Sea Rockets free throw line high. Shearing at that high post. Hands it on for Smith against Olmshad. Gets double teamed. Knocked away by Sony and a traveling call. Great defense by Harry Sony. Forced a traveling call against the Hamline Pipers. And it'll be Augie basketball. And a substitution as Zach Smith will come out of the ballgame. And Jake Larson, a 5'9 freshman from Forest Lake. Playing for head coach Dan Cremasino up there in the Suburban East Conference. He's on the floor. McKiernan, left wing far side. Copeland into the lane. Head fake, can't get a shot off. Clearing pass to Sony. Takes it down the left wing to the low post. He lays it up and he lays it off the rim. No good. But the rebound chased down by Olmshad. Here's Copeland again. Up top as the Auggies reload the offense. Copeland right wing. Free throw line high. Up top for Nick. Here's Copeland, three-pointer. It is in and out. Rebound tipped up, and it's on the floor. Loose ball taken away by McKiernan. Saves it from going into the backcourt. And a new 30-second opportunity for the Auggies. Harry Sony in control. against Larson to the corner. Sabatke three, no good. And Searockers with the rebound. And the outlet pass for Jake Larson. Into the front court against Soning. And the man-to-man, Larson up top. For Isaac Brooks, goes low post against Sabatke. Right-hand hook, up and off. Rebound, scraping the plate clean as Colin Omshad. Augie basketball. They have scored 4 in a row, 5 in a row. Here's Kim McKiernan, up top three, no good. Rebound on the floor, knocked away and out of bounds. Should belong to the Auggies, and it does. Went off the hands of Ethan Shearing. Substitution, Kalu Abasi coming into the ball game. 6'5" junior from Lakeville North. And Isaac Brooks will sit down. And Sonny will inbound in front of that Hamline bench across the way. Yodowich's sharing company, the Silver Fox on camera. Yeah, the inbounds. Here's Sonny on the return pass from Omshad. Around two. Pass inside, knocked away. Sonny keeps it alive. Goes low post, lays it up and off. And Abasi with the rebound. Kalu into the front court. Right to left. Abasi goes far corner for Searocker. Sets the pick. Dillon back to Abasi from the corner. Goes inside, lays it up off glass. No good. Rebound taken away. Another one for Colin Omshad. Outlet pass Sonny. Front court, Booker Copeland. He'll wait for some help. Copeland off in that corner, goes up top, inside. There's Colin Omshad. Out to the ridge. McKiernan, three. Bingo! Kevin McKiernan with a three, our second three-pointer. 34th three-pointer on the season. And the Auggies have scored 8 in a row and have a 7-point lead at 10-3. Larson off a pick. Free throw line high to Abasi. Free throw line, can't pull the trigger. Larson does, and it's not going to go. Rebound tipped up, and it's safe from going into the backcourt. There by Robinson. Robinson for Larson, for Searockers. He's fouled by Booker Copeland. And Booker will pick up his first foul. Second team foul against the Auggies. And Zach Smith comes back in the ballgame. Isaac Brooks comes back in the ballgame. And now here is Brett Lukes, 6-foot senior out of Austin, Minnesota. He will come into the ballgame for the Pipers. Any substitutions for the Auggies? Nope, the same 5 out there. Zach Smith with the ball. There's a double team. Isaac Brooks in the high post, goes low post to Abasi. Backs down Sabatke. Turns, spins, shot up and off. Rebound taken away. Another defensive board for Colin Omshad. So Colin with 4 points and already 3 rebounds. Augie basketball 10-3 with 14 and change remaining here in the first half. Sabatke on the wing near side for Colin Omshad, way away from the basket. Colin clears it up top. Sonny sees a double team in front of him, goes wing, far side McKiernan, corner, Copeland against Searockers inside. There's Colin, reverse layup, up and in. Omshad posting up, and he's got 6. And the Auggies have scored 10 in a row and have taken a 12-3 lead with 13:55 to go here in the first half. Augie game night here on Augie Game Central. Corner Bar is a proud sponsor of Augsburg Athletics, located in the historic Minneapolis 7 Corners area. Corner Bar is the perfect place for great food, outstanding pizza, and the almost world-famous Joey Wings. And there's tons of screens to watch the Super Bowl because you don't have a $3,000 to pay for a ticket to get in. Tons of screens, so you won't miss a second of the action Sunday. Visit the Corner.bar for more information on the Corner Bar. And let's quickly change my computer and see how the girls are doing. That's Simon Elby Hall. And it is 15-10 Hamline in the first period. Not a good start for the Augie ladies. And inbounds pass. There's Brett Lukes. Lukes will now play the point guard for head coach Jim Hayes. Front court, picked up by McKiernan. Lukes down the right wing. Abasi, top of the K to the wing. Searockers, Dillon. Cut off now. See Cheney Pale now on the ball game for the August 6'5" senior out of Fridley. Pipers down the 3-guard wave. Rockers to the corner. Smith, 3 from the corner. It's no good. Tipped up, no good. Third time down. Up Abasi puts it down. Kalu Abasi averaging 5 points a ball game. That breaks the string of 10 in a row at 12-5 in favor of the August. Cheney Pell, Kevin McKiernan, Harry Sonny, Booker Copeland, and Colin Omshad. Omshad way up top against Isaac Brooks. The wing far side, free throw line high for Henry Sonny. The pick from Omshad, free throw line jumper, bingo! Harry Sonny averaging 9 points a ball game, so 4 of the 5 starters have scored. And it's 14-5 again, a 9-point lead. Dylan Searockers against Booker Copeland. Goes up top for Abassi. Hands it off, Zach Smith. Sorting on him. Searockers gets a pick, goes into a double team, or he picked up on a double team. Abassi goes inside, and he puts one up. I don't know if that was supposed to be a pass. It hit the rim, and we have a whistle. And are they going to rule it a new shot clock? Looked like Abassi was going to skip it over the top, pass into the corner. Instead, it hit the rim. And the referee quickly whistled play dead. And they went over to the scorer's table, and that should be maybe 20. No, they're going to say 8 seconds on the shot clock. Searockers will come out. And Lucas Berg, a 6'2 sophomore from Farmington, the Tigers. Now on the floor for the Pipers. Inbounds from the corner. 3 on the way. It is no good, but a foul on Kevin McKinnon. Jay Betts fouled as he went up. Brett Lukes fouled as he went up. And the foul on K-Mac is his first third-team foul against the Auggies. And at the line is Brett Lukes out of Austin, Minnesota, the Packers. They're having a good season this year. And he's a 6-foot senior, makes the free throw. And the Pipers are 2 of 3 from the line. It's 14-6. Brett averaging around 4 points a ball game. 14-6, 14-7. Augie basketball, Sony, Powell, Olmscheid, McKiernan, and Copeland on the floor. McKiernan in front of the Piper Bets. Inside entry pass, Cullen, and he fell out of bounds, and his pass was intercepted. Olmscheid just threw it in desperation. Pipers with the basketball, skipped over the top in the near corner. Zach Smith off in the near corner. Lucas Berg with a 3, it's good. Lucas Berg with a 3-pointer, the sophomore from Farmington, and the lead has gone now from 9 down to 4, 14-10 in favor of the Auggies. Cheney Powell first touch of the basketball. McKinnon looking inside. They are all over Colin Olmscheid. Copeland around a double team behind the back dribble. Free throw line high. Looking for some help. Off to McKinnon. K-Mac. Top of the circle down the left wing. Double team. Clearing pass. Harry Sony into the lane. Underneath. Cheney Powell wide open scores. Cheney Powell. Beautiful pass. Cheney has a deuce, averaging 4 points a ball game. Augie lead is 6 at 16-10. Smith up top for Abassi. Kalu passes up the 3-pointer. And off for Lucas Berg to the corner. Abassi at 3. It's no good. Rebound taken away by Sony. Harry is tripped up and goes down. Fouled incidental contact, and Harry landed on that right hand. Hopefully he's okay. Zach Smith will pick up the foul. And Kevin McKinnon will come out. And Henry Mulligan will come in for the Auggies, a 6-foot sophomore from Iowa City. And Abassi will sit down. And coming in is Nick Powell, a 6'3 senior from Fillmore County Central. My old stopping grounds way back early in my career. Preston, Harmony, Lanesboro, down in that area. It is Augie basketball. Mulligan with the basketball for Copeland. Copeland, the pick from Olmscheid. Takes it down the lane, scoops it up, and in. And Booker has his first deuce. As all 5 starters have now scored. It is 18-10 in favor of the Auggies. We've cleared the 11-minute mark of the first half. Brett Lukes off a pick there from Nick Powell. Off on the wing, Zach Smith gets double teamed to the corner. A 3, it's up and good. Nick Powell, a 3-pointer. His 6th 3-pointer this season, 18-13. 142 threes on the season for these Hamline Pipers. Sony to the corner. Booker for 3. Bingo! Booker Copeland with 5 points. 3, number 27. And a 21-13 as we trade off threes. An 8-point lead. Zach Smith against Cheney Powell. Hesitation dribble. Passes up top for Powell. To the corner for Isaac Brooks. Brooks hands it off to Powell from the wing. Shot of the way. It's no good. Copeland with a side rebound. Copeland quickly into the front court. Picked up defense by Lucas Berg. Augie swinging around the perimeter. Mulligan out of the wing. Copeland goes up top. Olmscheid out there to set the pick. Copeland avoids the pick and gives it off to Colin Olmscheid. Henry Mulligan, free throw line high, in the lane, stops and pops and scores. Henry Mulligan with his first deuce, averaging 7 points a ball game. And the Augie lead is now their biggest of the ballgame at 23-13. Zach Smith up top, Powell to the corner for Lucas Berg in the lane. Scoop shot up, no good, but he was fouled. And Berg will go to the free throw line. Foul on the Augies, their fourth team foul. And the foul is on Booker Copeland. That is his second foul. Lucas Berg at the line. He had a three-pointer earlier. He averages 75% from the line. 23-13, make that 14. And the Pipers have made their last 4 free throws. And Matt Carrick will come into the ball game for the Augies, and Booker Copeland will sit down. Matt Carrick, a 6'1" freshman from Rogers, Minnesota. 23-14. Berg second, looking for 5, and he is no good. And Carrick with a rebound. And the ball game is Ethan Shearing back in the ball game for the Pipers. Here's Henry Sonny playing the 3-yard wave. Sonny picked up by Berg. Colin Olmscheid, top of the circle, long 3, scores! Colin Olmscheid nails it from 30 feet. He now has 30 three-pointers, or 25 three-pointers on the season. Has 9 points tonight. 26-14. The Augie lead is now 12. Berg cross-court near side for Jay Betts. Powell into the lane. Step through. Cheney Powell cuts him off. And the Pipers reload. Smith against Sonny. Nick Powell, free throw line, jumper good. Powell, his second field goal, his 5th point. Came in averaging 4 points a ball game. He's got 5. 26-16 Augies. Matt Carrick, first touch of the basketball after that defensive rebounder there. Sonny into the lane, and the ball is kicked away, saved by Mulligan. Carrick goes inside Matt, lays up an off-balance shot and scores. And Matt Carrick has his first 2. Matt coming in, averaging 4 points a ball game. So the top 7 players have all scored. Top 8 players have all scored. It is 28-16 Augies with a 12-point lead. Private financial services organization that helps Christians be wise with money and live generously. For more than a century, they've helped nearly 2.4 million member owners make wise money choices that reflect their values, and they provide opportunities for them to be even more generous where they live, work, and worship. Contact Augsburg alumni Alex Gonzalez for more information at 952-358-3442. The Augie ladies not good, 26-15. And early second quarter. Elsewhere on the Augie sports calendar, we mentioned hockey tomorrow night from the National Hockey Center, the Augies, and St. John's Friday night. Augie men will be back home. Josh Powers will have the call of that game. The women's hockey team this weekend, Friday at the MAC in St. Cloud against St. Ben's, home on Saturday night against the Blazers. Actually, it's a 4 o'clock game on Saturday afternoon. Again, Josh Powers with the call of that game. It'll be the Pipers to inbound in the backcourt. Nick Powell to inbound it. Augie's going to put on a man-to-man press as they get it in to Brett Lukes. Lukes against Mulligan, gets it in over the timeline. The pick from Nick Powell on the left-hand dribble, stops to Powell. Long 3 from up top. It's good. Instant offense. He's got 8 points, 28-19. Carrick, Olmscheid, McKenna back in. Cheney Powell and Henry Mulligan on the floor for the Auggies. Mulligan for Carrick. Mack looking inside. They are all over Olmscheid. Mulligan with a basketball off to Carrick. Carrick cannot penetrate. Good defense by the Pipers. From the corner, Mulligan on the move. Splits the double team. Turns, shoots, and scores. Henry Mulligan is 2 for 2 from the field. He's got 4 points. 30-19 Auggies. Brett Lukes from Austin. Into the front court, big 9 product for Zach Smith. Cut off there by McKinnon. Bounce pass inside for Shearing. And Ethan tries to step through Olmscheid. Cuts him off. Down the wing, far side. Shot up, no good by Lucas Berg. And the rebound belongs to the Auggies. And we have a foul against the Pipers on the boards. Nick Sabatke will come in. Colin Olmscheid will get a rest. And as Shearing will come out, Brett Lukes will come out for the Pipers. That foul, by the way, was on Ethan Shearing. That's his second foul. And the third team foul against the Hamline Pipers. So let's see what Coach Grease has out there. Nick Sabatke, Matt Carrick, now the point guard, Kevin McKiernan, Cheney Pell, and Henry Mulligan. Carrick for McKiernan. Down the right wing, bounce pass to Mulligan. Henry on the left-hand dribble. Clear to Sabatke. Nick into the lane, to the basket. A shot up and a charge called against Nick Sabatke. And the shot will not count. Nick has his second foul. And it's 30-19. It'll be Piper basketball. Nick thought he was going to come out. And Coach Grease is going to keep him on the floor. Powell inbound against the press. Gets it in for T.C. Robinson back in the ballgame. And now Zach Smith, point guard. One of their 6 seniors from Burnsville. He leads the team in steals and assists. Skip pass over the top. Near side for Lucas Berg. Smith against McKiernan. Takes him inside. Stops and pops. It's not going to go. But K-Mac is going to get the foul. Kevin McKiernan, he has his second foul. So the Auggies digging a hole. Sabatke with 2 fouls. McKiernan with 2. And Copeland with 2. And Zach Smith at the free throw line, averaging 15 points a ball game. They've shut him down so far tonight. Omshad's going to check in. Zach, an 83% free throw shooter, 30-19, 6:44 to go in the half. Free throw is good. And the Pipers have scored 5 in a row from the line. Sabatke will sit down. Colin Omshad will come back in. 30-20. So the big guys, Cheney Pell and Colin Omshad, and the 3 guards. Free throw by Smith is also good. He's got a couple. The lead is single digits at 30-21. Carrick into the front court. Inside, wide open Omshad to the corner. Cheney Pell up top. K-Mac 3. Bingo! As Kevin McKiernan, his second 3-pointer. And it is 33-21. The Augie lead is back to 12. Smith with the basketball. Up top, Powell. Head fake around Omshad. Pulls up from the line. Scores! Nick Powell, he hasn't missed a shot tonight. He's got 10 points. The lead is 10 at 33-23. Powell came in averaging 4 points a ball game. He's got 10 this half. Carrick for McKiernan. Crossover to into the lane. Bounce pass. Cheney underneath. In trouble. And he has the ball knocked away and taken away by Isaac Brooks. Turnover for the Auggies. As into the front court, Smith against Cheney Pell. Now the double team. Powell, 3, up and no good. Rebound, correction, Isaac Brooks, that 3. Rebound, Mulligan, front court for the Auggies. They go left wing, far side for McKiernan. Looking inside for Colin Omshad. Mulligan up top, 3-pointer, no good. Rebound off the hands of Omshad, and it goes out of bounds. And it is touched last by Colin Omshad. Back home, it's a 10-point lead for the Hamline Pipers, 30-20. And now Mulligan will sit down. Harry Sonny will come back in for the Auggies. And against the press, they get it in to Robinson. Leaves it off for Zach Smith. And a steal by the Auggies down court. Here comes Omshad, lays it up and in. A steal for the Auggies, and Colin is in double figures with the 11 points. 35-23, a dozen. The lead. Nick Powell off of the wing for Robinson. TC into the lane. Kicks it to the corner. There's Lucas Berg. Tries to go down the lane, and Carey cuts him off. Up top for Smith, fouled by Sonny. And Harry will pick up his first foul. And that is the 16th foul. One more. Or is that? No, that is the 7th. So 1-on-1 for the Pipers at the free throw line. Smith back to the free throw line where he made his last 2. 35-23, 5 to go here in the first half. Smith's free throw is good, 3 for 3. And 6 for 7 from the line, 35-24. Smith, Brooks, Powell, Berg, and Robinson on the floor for Hamline. 5 and 9 in Calvert. Second free throw also good. Smith with 4, 35-25. For the Auggies on the floor, Sonny, Pal, Carrick, McKiernan, and Olmshad. Sonny for Cheney Pell inside. Cullen wide open. Lays it up and in. And that is 13 in the half for the big guy. 37-25 Auggies. Smith, the pick from Nick Powell. Pulls the trigger from up top and scores. Smith has his first field goal. He's got 6 now. 37-27. Auggies by 10. Sony, top of the circle. Powell looking inside, nothing there. Sony wing on the wing near side for McKinnon. Shot gets a pick from Sony, launches a 3, and it's not going to go, but he's fouled from beyond the arc. That'll be a 3-shot attempt for Colin Shot. Foul beyond the arc. And the foul was on Isaac Brooks, his first. And Colin Olmshad will shoot 3 at the line. Olmshad again 2 for 2 from the line. 13 points, 37, 27, 38. Nope, missed the free throw. Our first miss tonight from the charity stripe. Colin again averaging 9 points a ball game, about 5 rebounds. He's there already. Second free throw by Cole is also good. We've got another one. Foul beyond the arc. And now Lucas Berg will come out, and Dylan C. Rockers will come back in for the Hamline Pipers. 38-27. 14 looking for 15 and gets it. It makes 2 out of 3 from the line. Lead is a dozen, 39-27. Auggies with 14 wins, 9 in conference. Down the lane, Smith lays it up with the left hand, no good, and Cheney Powell with the rebound. Powell the outlet pass, and Henry Sony will bring it up court. We hit the 4-minute mark of this first half from Hutton Arena. McKinnon with the basketball against Sea Rockets. Bounce pass into Olmshad. Working against Isaac Brooks. Works him inside. In the lane. Steps back. Fadeaway up and in. And Colin doesn't have himself a night. He has 17 points. It is 41-27. The Augie lead is 14. Augie's coming off that win against McAllister after that tough loss to Carlton in overtime at home. And Smith traveled, didn't get the call, or the Augie didn't get the call. Sea Rockers down the right wing to the corner. Brooks shot up and in. Isaac Brooks his first 2. Came in averaging 14 points of Augie. 41-29. Augie lead is a dozen. Olmshad out to meet the pass with that high post extended. Sony for McKinnon. Powell to set the pick. There it is, McKinnon. Gets picked up on a double team. Cheney Powell looking inside. Sony on the move. Harry, free throw line high. Head fake down the wing. Spins in the lane. Turns, shoots, and no good. And Zach Smith with a rebound. Under 3 minutes to go. 41-29. Offensive foul. Yes. Zach Smith bowled over Harry Sony. That's his first foul. How many charges that has Harry taken this year? Unbelievable. Lucas Berg will come in. Zach Smith will sit down. Augie basketball in the backcourt. And looks like Matt Carrick is back in the ballgame. See Powell, Sony, Carrick, Olmshad, and McKinnon. Augie's heading to Moorhead this weekend, playing the Cowboys. Sony off a pick down the right wing. Hesitation dribble. He's cut off by Berg. Olmshad in the receiving end of the pass. Carrick sets up the offense. Off a screen, goes inside, up off glass. No good. But fouled. Had a chance for a 3-point play. Matt will go to the line to shoot 2. And the foul was on Lucas Berg, and I believe that's his first. It is. And Matt Carrick at the free throw line again. 8 different players have scored tonight. Matt's got a deuce, 85% free throw shooter, and he makes the first. 4 points per ball game, his average, 42-29. And the lead is 13. Second one by Matt, and it's good. Rattled around a little bit, found a home. 43-29. The Augies equal their biggest lead, 14 points here in the first half. Pipers led on a couple different occasions early by a point. And Harry got caught up in the air by Nick Powell and couldn't control his fall. He landed on the back of Powell, and Nick will go to the free throw line. 10 points this half, including a couple of threes. Harry's going to pick up his second foul. And who's going to bring in? Mulligan. Auggies have 4 players now with 2 fouls. Olmshad and Mulligan, the only players along with Carrick without fouls so far tonight. 43-29. Call from Fillmore County Central, the Falcons. Our broadcast days started at KF Island, Preston. At that time, the high school was in Preston, and there were separate high schools, Harmony and Preston and Lanesboro. Now the high school is in Harmony. Free throw by Powell, in and out, and Carrick with a rebound. The high school in Preston is now the grade school. Here, Cheney Powell with the basketball. Carrick looking inside. They're all over Olmsted. Cross-court pass, Mulligan, free throw line underneath. Cheney's wide open. Can't get a shot up off the Olmsted. He banks it off the rim. No good. And the rebound taken away by Seamachers. Almost threw it away. Robinson with the basketball. 43-29, under 2 to go here in the first half. Robinson for Powell, head fake. Down the wing, kicks it out to Robinson. Mulligan on him, traveling call. Again, T.C. Robinson, a turnover against the Hamline Pipers. And again, the Auggies on the road at Moorhead on Saturday, then home for 3 of their last 4. The one final road game is up at Sexton Arena against St. John's. As Carrick lost the dribble, picked up by Robinson into the front court. Underneath for Sea Rockers. He traveled, they didn't call the rebound. And a foul against the Auggies, I believe, on Mulligan. Or they give it to Matt. It is on Matt Carrick, his first foul. Dylan Searockers goes to the line. Dylan 1 for 2 from the line, 3 points. And Albert Lee Tiger, another Big 9 product. 43-29. Free throw by Dylan is no good. He's fouled in the act. Auggies have 9 fouls, 1 more in the double bonus. 6 fouls against Hamline. Free throw by Searockers is in and out and in again. So he has 4 points. Lead is 13. Carrick, Powell, Olmsted, Mulligan, and McKiernan on the floor. Carrick, pass knocked away by Searocker, taken away by Dylan. Tied up whistle and a foul against Matt Carrick. And Matt not happy. Carrick will pick up his second foul. Come on, guys, we're digging yourselves a hole here. Double bonus time for the Pipers at the free throw line. Searockers again, 2 of 4, 4 points. Looks like Martin Mitchell's going to come in. Free throw by Dylan is good. And it's 43-31. And Mitchell comes in, and Carrick will sit down. Martin Mitchell, our 6'2" sophomore from Eastview, former Lightning, out of the South Suburban Conference. 43-31, 43-31. Rebound, Cheney Powell for the Auggies. 1:15 to go here in the first half from Hutton Arena. McKinnon, front court. Swing to the left wing for Martin Mitchell. Mitchell looking inside for Olmsted. Not there. Mulligan way up top against Searockers. Olmsted sets the pick. Henry into the lane. Stops and pops. It's partially blocked. Loose ball whistle and a foul against the Auggies. And did McKinnon get that one? Oh, they gave it to Mulligan. No, they gave it to Cheney Powell. And Cheney has his first foul. And Searockers at the line for the 3rd consecutive time. 3 of 5 from the line, 4 of 6 from the line. 43-32. 11 of the 32 points have come from the charity stripe as the Auggie lead is 11. Free throw, second one is also good. With a minute to go in the half, Auggies by 10. McKinnon front court against Searockers. Cheney Powell, Nick Powell on him. Mitchell, he's caught up in a double team. Now ball knocked away, saved there by Olmsted. Calling it around one man to Mitchell. Martin out of the wing, far side. Olmsted at the high post. Martin Mitchell round a double team, puts up a 3. It's good. No, rebound is off the hands of Olmsted and out of bounds. Mitchell missed the long 3. Collin went after the rebound, went off his hands and out of bounds. And so the Pipers a chance to go for the last shot of the half. As with the ball is Lucas Berg. Powell up top, head fake, gets Cheney off his feet, puts one up from the free throw line and scores again. 12 points this half for the senior from Fillmore Central. 43-35, the Augie lead is down to 8. As McKiernan hits the front court. Against Sea Rockers. No shot clock. Came back with 9. Time to get busy. On the move, in the lane, to the basket. Lays it up and off, but he was fouled. And that'll be a 2-shot foul. And let's see, the foul was on Nick Powell. That's his first foul. And McKenna will go to the free throw line. Kevin with a couple of threes, 6 points, misses the free throw. Still 43-35 with 4 seconds to go. 2.9 officially. Kevin, a 67% free throw shooter, and misses the second. But the rebound, Cheney Pell, stripped from behind by Nick Powell. And from half court, there's a shot by Nick Powell, and it misses the rim, and the horn sounds. And our score here at halftime. And they say no basket. 43-35 is our score, and Augie 14-point lead has been whittled down to 8 points going into halftime. Ian Ritchie Sharon Company here from Hutton Arena. Our broadcast brought to you by Twin City Orthopedics. Proud to be the official sports medicine provider for Augsburg Athletics. TCO is all-inclusive orthopedic sports medicine and wellness provider offering world-class services and state-of-the-art facilities. Visit them at tcomn.com. Our broadcast 2 tonight here on Augie Game Central, brought to you by Wells Fargo. Proud supporter of the Augies and dedicated to helping people build better every day. Call, click, or stop by to start a conversation with them today. Wells Fargo, building better every day. At Devontae's Pizza and Hot Hoagies, Augsburg Athletics' first choice for a great meal. Devontae's located right across the street from the arena and offers the amazing Augimatic discount. Get 10% off any order. Just tell them you wanted Augimatic, the discount, at Devontae's. And we went back and forth. We had a couple of different lead changes in that first half. We had one tie. Hamline's last lead of the ball game was at 3-2. Augie then would go on a 10-point run and to take a 12-3 lead. And again, stretch it out to as many as 14 in the first half. Taking a look at the first half totals. First of all, for the Pipers. And Dylan Seamrockers, 5 of 7 from the free-throw line and 7 points. Kidu Abasi with a deuce. Isaac Brooks with a deuce. Zach Smith, the point guard, with 6, including 4 from the free-throw line. Robinson has yet to score. Shearing did not score. Nick Powell coming off the bench, the 6'3 senior. 3 deuces, 2 threes. That's a dozen. Came in averaging 4 points a ball game. And their leading scorer with 12. Brett Lukes a couple of free throws. And Lucas Berg has 4 points. Foul situation for the Pipers. Brooks has 1. Smith has 1. Shearing has 2. Nick Powell has 1. And for the Augies, Colin Olmscheid, great first half. 13 points from the field and 4 from the free throw line. 17 for the big guy. Nick Sabatke with a 3. Harry Soney with a deuce. Kevin McKernan a couple of threes, 6 points. Booker Copeland, 2 and a 3, adds up to 5. Matt Carrick, 4 points, a field goal and 2 for 2 from the line. Henry Mulligan, a couple of deuces for 4. Thank you. And Cheney Pell also with a deuce. Foul situation for the Augies. Olmscheid, thankfully, has not picked up a foul, but Savatke has 2. Sony has 2. McKiernan has 2. Copeland has 2. Matt Carrick has 2. And Cheney Pell has 1. So we're going to have to play it a little closer to the best in the second half. Team stats, thanks to my good friend Dave Wright, bringing the stats up here. And in the first half, the Augies shot 55%, 16 of 29. 50% from the three-point range, 5 of 10. 6 of 9 from the line. We have 18 rebounds, 4 on the offensive boards, 5 turnovers, 1 block shot. That by Nick Sabatke, and 1 steal. That steal, Harry Shunning. For the Hamline Pipers, they shot 41-7 in the first half, 10 of 24, including 3 of 8 from beyond the arc. 12 of 17 from the free throw line, 70.6. And they have 13 rebounds, 3 on the offensive boards. Just 4 turnovers, 3 block shots tonight, including 2 of those by Nick Powell. Well, he's played quite a ball game, and he also has 1 steal. That was Powell, the player of the game for the Pipers right now. Again, 1 tie, couple of lead changes in the contest. And again, it's 43-35. Augie lost a heartbreaker in the JV game, 56-54 in the closing 5 seconds. Let's go to the scoreboard and see what we have. Men's basketball. Carleton at home leading Gustavus. The start of the second half, 40-35. St. Olaf and Bethel no score. St. Thomas leading McAllister, 54-32. That game is at halftime. Also at half, St. John's at home. They are leading Concordia, 39-26. And our score here, women's basketball. St. Ben's at home against Concordia. Don't have a score there. Bethel at home against St. Olaf. And that game at halftime, but I don't have a score there. And at halftime, Augsburg is trailing Hamline 45-33. St. Kate's leading St. Mary's on the road 28-27. St. Kate's, of course, another of my clients from TJ Broadcast Services. The Wildcats will be playing St. Thomas on Saturday. Eric Bremer will have the call of that game here on TJSportsOnline.net. McAllister trailing St. Thomas, and that's at the half, 35-15. One hockey game tonight, River Falls and St. Olaf. Our next broadcast of Augie Sports tomorrow night from the Herb Brooks National Hockey Center. Augie men and St. John's battle for supremacy there in the MIAC. What a long jam. Auggies on top, St. John's in second place. And we'll have the game 6:45 our broadcast time here on Augie Game Central. The Augie women's hockey team, they are home at home with St. Ben's this weekend. And the wrestling team tomorrow night, that's the big one. The Battle of the Bergs down in Waverly, Iowa. Augsburg and Wartburg 1-2 in the country. And that match will start at 7 o'clock, by the way. You can find a link. I've got a video link to that wrestling on my website, TJSportsOnline.net. And there's also a link on the Augie Athletics site. The Augies then on Saturday will be in Eau Claire for the Don Parker Open. 2 more on the road, finally back home Friday, February 16th against Stevens Point. And then they will, of course, host the NCAA West Regional. And the swimming and diving team this weekend, they'll be at the Aquatic Center at the University of Minnesota for the challenge. And how about spring sports? That's right. Baseball and softball can legally start practice at 12:01 tonight. I don't know if Bates or Melissa is going to start practice at that time in the bubble. But baseball can start officially tomorrow, so can softball. Indoor track and field is already underway. And the lacrosse team has already started practice. KK's team, they've got their first game coming up a little bit later on in the month of February. You can listen and watch more than 130 live Augsburg sporting events online by going to our website at athletics.augsburg.edu. We have live webcasts on 11 different sports during the school year. Our Game Central portal features live webcasts along with live statistics of home events. You'll also be able to watch and listen to archive events on demand. Go online to athletics.augsburg.edu. Click on the video, audio, or stats link on the schedule of upcoming events, or click on the Augie Game Day link on game days. And you know what she's sharing company. And the Silver Fox is pushing the buttons. Back home, Charlie Betty. He is the broadcaster in hand, along with Eric Bremer. Eric will be with us on Saturday over at the Butler Center. But anyway, it is Augie women at halftime and trailing by a bunch. The fortunes of the Augie women have not been going well the last month or so. And right now they're on the edge of a possible playoff spot. In fact, all 4 of our winter sports teams are very close when it comes to playoff time. The men's basketball race, of course, 5 teams competing for 4 playoff spots. St. John's, St. Olaf probably in. In the MIAC in women's basketball, St. Thomas is in, St. Ben's is in. And then the other 4 spots possibly get Davis, Bethel, St. Mary's, and Augsburg. Auggies now 6-6 in conference. They need to put a 7-game or 6-game winning streak together to clinch a playoff spot. And in hockey, the Augie men on top of the conference by a point over St. John's. And that home and home coming up this weekend, tomorrow night and Friday night. Big turning point for the Augie men's hockey fortunes and the Augie women's hockey team. Right now, they're fighting for that 5th and final playoff spot in the MIAC. Here at halftime, 43-35 in favor of the Augies. A 14-point lead has been whittled down to 8 points.
10 seconds remaining. 10, 9, 8.
Owned and operated by an Augsburg alumni, 360 Wall Inc. is the parent company to several up-and-coming brands in the Twin Cities. 1-800-GOT-JUNK. You move in Shack Shot. If you're looking for a great shop and a great team with great pay that is near campus, learn more or apply online by visiting 360wallinc.com. And Jimmy John's, the #1 sandwich choice for Augsburg athletics, located on the northwest corner of campus, just to the right across the street from the Gateway Center. And they provide fast delivery. How fast, you ask? Freaky fast. Go to www.jimmyjohn.com to view their menu and hours. That is Jimmy John's. We'll be back with the start of the second half here in just about 4 minutes.
Giving up to the halftime of women's game. It's the Pipers 45 and Augsburg 33. That's at the half. Pipers 45 and Augsburg 33. We'll be right back here on Saturday. It's a doubleheader against Gustavus. The men's game will be at 1 with the women's game to follow.
And again from Hutton Arena, in the campus of Hamline University in St. Paul, just outside the State Fairgrounds. MIAC men's basketball tonight here on Augie Game Central. Auggies by 8 here at halftime. Thrivent Financial, a financial services organization that helps Christians be wise with money and live generously. For more than a century, they've helped nearly 2.4 million member owners make wise money choices that reflect their values, and they provide opportunities for them to be even more generous where they live, work, and worship. Contact Augsburg alumni Alice Gonzalez for more information at 952-358-3442. And the Corner Bar, proud sponsor of Augie Athletics, located in the historic Seven Corners area. Corner Bar, the perfect place for great food, outstanding pizza, the almost world-famous Joey Wings. And there's tons of screens, so you won't miss a second of the action. Visit the corner.bar for more information on the Corner Bar. Tough one in the JB game. Augie's losing 56-54. Had about 7 or 8 missed free throws in the last couple minutes that could have put it away. But very impressed with this young man that is on our team from St. Croix Lutheran. Jamaris Johnson, 6'6" freshman. He's going to be good. Devin Hanna had an outstanding game as well. So did Isaac Robinson. Just could not make our free throws down the stretch. And for the Auggies, 17 for Colin Olmshot. And after that, pretty well balanced. Sabatke 3, Sony 2, McKiernan 6, Copeland 5, Carrick 4, Mulligan 4, 2 for Chanty Pell. And for the Hamline Pipers, C. Rockers with 7, 2 for Abasti, 2 for Brooks, 6 from Smith. 12 points from Nick Powell and 2 from Brett Lukes and 4 from Lucas Berg. Here we go, second half action. Auggies with the basketball. Sabatke, Sony, Olmshad, McKiernan, and Copeland on the floor for the Auggies. Sony, man-to-man, pressure by the Pipers. Copeland inside, there's Olmshad. Turns, shoots, and it's no good. And Nick Powell starting the second half with a rebound. Nick Powell, Zach Smith, T.C. Robinson, Isaac Brooks, and Searockers, Dylan Searockers, and we have an offensive foul called against the Hamline Pipers. Oh no, they stepped out of bounds. Turnover against the Pipers, just their 5th turnover on the ball game. The Auggies had 7 in the first half. As Sony hits the front court, they swing to the right wing, free throw line high. McKiernan up top for Copeland. Olmshad sets the Buck Bicker down the right wing, hands it off to McKiernan. He goes up top, he finds himself open, shoots from 3 and scores. Kevin McKiernan with his 3rd three-pointer. 36 on the season, he's got 9 points, and the lead is back to 11 points. Robinson for Powell. Searockers into the lane to the basket, scoops it up, no good. Rebound, Rockers takes it away. Powell for 3 up top, and he finally missed a shot. Sony with the rebound. Harry Sony clears himself and brings it in the front court. A hand for Copeland. Back to Harry. Sabatke inside for Olmshad, and it tipped away. The Auggies with a turnover. Zach Smith receives the loose change. Searockers looking inside for Isaac Brooks. Skips it over the top for Robinson against Booker Copeland. Smith against Sony. Hands it off to Powell around a screen. Into the lane. Out to Robinson. 3 on the way. It's not going to go. Rebound. Kevin McKiernan. 46-35 Auggies. A minute and a half going here in the second half. McKiernan with the basketball for the Auggies. Here's Copeland out of the left wing. Free throw line high. Clearing pass back up front. It's a return pass as Booker. On the move into the lane. Out to the wing. Sony head fake. Goes inside against Robinson. Out to Copeland. And with 7 on the shot clock, Harry for 3 up top. It's no good. Rebound off the hands of Copeland. Saved by Booker. And then going out of bounds. And a Searockers had it in his hands. He stepped out of bounds as he knocked over Copeland. And it'll be Auggie basketball. 2 minutes gone here in the second half. And the Augie leaders were down by a dozen at halftime. We'll try to keep you apprised of that. See if the Augies can pull a comeback. Here's Copeland against Searockers. Booker on the left-hand dribble, goes crossover. Corner for Sabatke, Nick for 3. It's no good. Rebound Robinson for the Pipers. Augies by 11, 46-35. Searockers for Brooks going inside, wide open. Powell lays it up and it rolls left. Rebound, Colin Olmshad. Ahead for Kevin McKinnon. Nick Powell was wide open underneath, and he missed the bunny. Augie basketball, front court. Copeland in possession of leather. Entry pass inside, Olmshad against Isaac Brooks. Goes inside, steps back from 15 for the baseline. Scores! 19 for Colin. 48-35. The lead is 13. Biggest has been 14. Pipers had it down to 9 points. 8 points at the half. Robinson at the free throw line. Zach Smith in the lane. Steps and pops. It's going to roll off. And Mulligan to Kirkshan Copeland with the rebound. Booker into the front court. Steps. Far corner for McKinnon. Over the top. Sony from the ridge. Guns. It's going to be off the rim. Rebound Copeland. New 30 for the Auggies. And McKinnon steps back. As Coach Grease up off the bench and said, let's work it. Here's McKinnon again to set up the play. On the wing near side for Copeland. High post, Sabatke inside, rope shot. He throws it away. Turnover by the Auggies. Robinson down court. TC, hesitation dribble, cut off by Nick Sabatke. Up top for Powell. Corner, Searocker, three. Good! Dylan Searockers with his second field goal. His 10th point. And it's 48-38. Here's Augsburg and Copeland into the lane. Double team to the corner. Sabatke, Nick shot it way short. And Searockers with a weak side rebound. 48-38. Under 16 minutes to go. Auggies won the first go-round, 92-81. Pass inside for Brooks and foul. Coming over the shoulder was Colin Olmshad. And he picks up his first foul. Third quarter back home. 6 minutes to go. 50-36. Auggies find themselves down by 14. Both teams heading to Concordia this weekend. Searockers will come out. Lucas Berg will come in for the Pipers. I see Cheney Pal coming in for the Auggies. As Nick Sabatke will sit down. They get it into Isaac Brooks. Smith, top of the key. Off on the wing. Robinson goes inside. Bounce pass. Baseline for Brooks. Backs down Olmshad. In the lane. Kicks it out for Powell. Nick into the lane. Steps back. 15-footer. No good. Rebound taken away by McKinnon. Augie led at half, 43-35. Now 48-38. Harry Sony on the move to Cheney Pell at the high post extended. Off to Copeland into a double team inside for Cheney Pell. Skips it over the double team to the corner. McKinnon. It's no good. And Nick Powell with the rebound. And the outlet pass for Zach Smith. Pipers. They've got a doubleheader with Gustavus this weekend. Inside, Berg. Lucas shot up and off. Rebound taken away by Harry Sony. Well, Hamline and Gustavus, men's and women's basketball here at Hutton. And then the Pipers go on the road for 3 of their last 4. The Auggies have 3 of their last 4 at home. Here's Copeland, low post. Up top, McKinnon from the corner. Harry Sony, 3, yes! And Harry Sony with just his second field goal, his 5th point. And the Augie lead has been bumped up to 13 again at 51-38. Augie game day here on Augie Game Central. For updates and information on all Augsburg University sports, check out our athletic website at athletics.augsburg.edu. Updated constantly with all the information, all 21 of our Augie varsity sports. It's your online home for Augie athletics. If it's happening in Augie sports, it's online at athletics.augsburg.edu. Mentioned spring sports underway. Indoor track and field already underway. And lacrosse will get underway later this month. Baseball and softball practice will begin tonight or tomorrow. And taking a look at the schedule and started working on that. Tentatively, we're going to have maybe about 20 baseball games and about 10 softball games on the broadcast. Of course, weather permitting, we'll have a doubleheader at the Dome at U.S. Bank against UW Stout in before the trip to Arizona. Hey, the Augie women have cut it to 6 at 50-44 with 4.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. So they are working their way back. They're down by 16. They've cut it to 6. I could do play-by-play. There's Jazzy in the lane. Layup is good, and she was fouled. And coming out of the break, it'll be Hamline basketball with 14:41 to go. Robinson, Powell, Smith, Berg, and Brooks on the floor for Hamline. Robinson, the pick from Nick Powell. Goes inside, low post Brooks. He gets double team. Clears to the corner. Berg for three. Scores! Lucas Berg. He has his second three. He's got 7 points, 51-41. Auggies with the lead. They took the lead at 5-3 and have never trailed. They had a lead as big as 14. Here's Copeland baseline. Up the line, clearing pass. McCudden goes inside, skips it over the top. Sonny, high post, shot against Brooks. Steps back, keeps the dribble alive. Hands it off to Sonny. Harry, crossover dribble, free throw line, pulls the trigger and scores. And Henry Sonny with 5 this half, 7 for the ballgame, 53-41. Robinson gets a pick from Powell, passes up the shot. Pass inside to Brooks. Steps back over Olmsted, misses everything. Cheney Powell with the rebound. Right to left, the Auggies here at Houghton Arena. Venable Houghton Arena, the birthplace of collegiate basketball here in our Gopher State. Copeland down the lane, double team, kicks it to the corner. Clearing pass back up the line, McKinnon directing traffic. And now Sonny will set up the offense out near the hash mark. Sonny against Zach Smith, works him inside, double team, steps back, fade away up and in. He gets the roll. And Harry with 7 this half, 9 for the ballgame, 55-41. The Augie lead is 14 as Harry has picked it up this half. Here's Zach Smith with the basketball. Powell from the corner against Cheney Powell. Powell goes inside. Cheney cuts him off, lays it up and in anyway. And Nick Powell has 14 points, 55-43. So for the Augies, Sonny, Powell, Copeland, Olmsted, and McKiernan. Pass inside Olmsted, double team. Muscles his way up, whistle, and a traveling call against Colin Olmsted. Olmsted with the travel. Augies had 5 turnovers in the first half. Now have about 8. Zach Smith will come out of the ballgame for the Pipers, and Sea Rockers will come back in. Augies about to put on a bit of a press, and they'll leave it to Robinson to bring it up court. TC out of Spring Lake Park, the Panthers. Robinson against McKinnon. On the switch, Dylan Sea Rockers. Back down McKinnon. Off to Berg on the 3-guard weave. Robinson works it inside to the baseline. Shot it away. Brooks scores. Isaac Brooks with just his second field goal, his 4th point. Came in averaging 14 points a ballgame. He held the forward tonight. 55-45 as the Pipers have scored 4 in a row. Augies has set it up in the front court. Copeland works out the double team. Cheney Powell at the low post. Clears it back up the line. Olmsted in possession for McKinnon. Kevin on the left-hand dribble, pick and roll not there. Bounce pass Copeland into the paint to the baseline. Olmsted sets back, 3, scores! And Kellen Olmsted has 22 points, 5 this half, 58-45. And his second 3-pointer. Here's Rockers, Sea Rockers, into the lane, back down McKiernan, puts it up and in. Dylan Sea Rockers with 5 this half, a dozen tonight. 58-47. Check of the clock. 11:22 to go. Sonny right in front of the coach. AG. Here's Sonny for Copeland out of the wing near side, free throw line high. Up a pick from Olmsted, goes inside. Double team, looking to clear. And he dribbles it off his leg and out of bounds. No, they say Berg touched it last. As Booker goes down, held to his feet. Copeland, our sophomore out of Shakopee. Played on a very good University of Wisconsin River Falls basketball team last year that won the MIAC. And they're having a great year again this year. Sonny to inbound, baseline, front court. And got to hurry and get it in. And he has to call time. The 5 seconds is about to get rung up on him. And the Augie leaders have come all the way back. 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Hamline 50 and Augsburg 49. Augies with 14 points in the third quarter. And Hamline with just 5. Here's Asia Wilson, a 3. It's not good. Rebound belongs to Jaslyn Solset. Jazzy into the lane. Baseline lays up and his block goes out of bounds. And Jazzy touched it last. Might as well do some play-by-play of the girls' game while we're watching. Hey, follow Augie Athletics on social media Go to Augsburg Auggies on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook for all of your Auggie social media. Remember to use the hashtag Auggie Pride to share your love of Auggie athletics. Tomorrow night from the Herb Brooks Nashville Hockey Center in St. Cloud. The big ice sheet. That's right, that's Olympic-size sheet. The Auggies and the Johnnies home at Ed Saugustin on Friday night. Friday the girls will be up at the MIAC in St. Cloud. Auggies inbounds past Copeland up top for Sonny. McKinnon, long three, scores! Kevin McKinnon with 4 field goals all from long range. He's got a dozen. 61-47, the Augie lead again is 14. Kevin McKinnon, the hot hand tonight. He's got 37 threes on the season, 4 tonight. Nick Powell hands it off to Searockers into the lane. Kicks it to the corner for Lucasburg. Up the line for Robinson against Henry Sonny. The pick from Nick Powell goes in the lane. Dribbles into a double team. Kicks it over the top for Searockers. Around Copeland in the lane. Scoop shot up and off. Rebound taken away by Colin Olmsted. Colin with a rebound. And it's Augie basketball. 10-18 to go. The Augies by 14, equaling their biggest lead. McKinnon off the pick from Olmsted. Goes inside. Up balance layup. No good. He was fouled on the way up either by Berg or by Nick Powell. That'll be a 2-shot foul. Olmsted, by the way, had 4 rebounds in the first half. Now has about a half a dozen. And on the 2-shot foul, Kevin McKinnon will go to the free throw line. He missed his only attempt so far tonight. And shooting 2. Halfway through this second half. Free throw, K-Mac, yes. 13 for the junior from Prior Lake. 62-47, the lead is 15. Second one, count it. And 14 from McKinnon, 63-47. And the lead is 16 for your Auggies. Lucasburg into the front court. Shovel pass for Robinson around the screen, or a pick from Nick Powell. Off to Searockers on the 3-guard wave. Shovel pass. Powell cut on the switch, picked up by Sonny. And dribbled it off his leg, almost a double dribble. Powell goes inside for Brooks against Olmsted. Knocked away by Cullen on the floor, taken away by Sonny. Leaves it off for Chandy Powell. Great pressure defense by Harry Sonny and Colin Olmsted, forcing the Pipers into a turnover. Augie basketball with 9:35 to go. And the lead is 16. Copeland inside, Chaney Powell, low post, leads, lays it up, off the rim, and no good. And the rebound, Nick Powell, long down court pass, Searockers against Booker Copeland, cross court for Powell, around Powell, did he travel? Or is there a foul? And they're gonna call a foul on Chaney, and that'll be his second foul. Hey, back home with less than a minute to go in the third quarter, they're knotted up. 54-54 in women's basketball. And looks like we have a timeout on the floor. Yes, we do. Full timeout. This broadcast here on Augie Game Central brought to you by 360 Wow Inc., the parent company to several up-and-coming brands in the Twin Cities. 1-800-GOT-JUNK. You move me in Shack Shot. You're looking for a great job and a great team with great pay that is near campus. Learn more or apply online by visiting 360wowinc.com. And whether it's across town or cross country, let Minnesota Coach's quality equipment and experienced courteous drivers provide you worry-free transportation, overnight and extended trip options available. Visit www.minnesotacoach.com today to request a quote. Minnesota Coach, the official bus provider for Augie Athletics. And Minnesota Coach is taking the #1 ranked team in the country in wrestling. The Auggies heading down to Waverly, Iowa. The Battle of the Bergs tomorrow night. Augsburg and Wartburg. Augsburg #1, Wartburg #2. It's been an outstanding battle over the years. Auggies won earlier against Wartburg in the national duels. Boy, they've been wrestling great this year. And this weekend they head to UW-Eau Claire for an invitation to the Don Parker Open. That's tomorrow night, wrestling for the Auggies. Coming out of the break, Coach Jim Hayes has Isaac Brooks, Dylan Searockers, Nick Powell, T.C. Robinson, and Lucas Berg for the Auggies. There's Booker Copeland, Kevin McKinnon, Colin Olmsted, Chaney Powell, and Harry Sonny. And it'll be Hamline basketball front court to win by 9:17. Shows the clock. They get into Robinson. TC from the Reds, 3 on the way. It's not going to go. Rebound on the weak side, Kevin McKernan. And he clears it off to Sony to bring it up court. Here again, one of our 4 seniors. The Pipers with 6 seniors. The 3-guard wave. Copeland, McKernan, and Sony. There's Booker on the right wing. Ball knocked away and out of bounds by Sea Rockers. Auggies won the first go-round, back home 92-81. Harry right in front of the bench. And sit on Nick Sabatke's lap there. McKernan for Sony. 3 on the way. No good. Rebound, loose ball, knocked away by Cheney Pell and out of bounds. It'll be Hamline Piper basketball. Piper trying to get back to 500, at least overall. And the horn, we've got a substitution. As Robinson will come out, Zach Smith will come back in. And the Auggies will try to step up the pace a little bit, put on the pressure in the backcourt. They get it into Smith, and now the Auggies drop back on defense. Smith clears the timeline off a pick from Powell, using up that dribble. Off to Lucas Berg. Sea Rockers, free throw line, into the lane, low post, turnaround off glass, makes it in. Dylan Sea Rockers averaging 12 points a ball game, and he's got 14 tonight, 63-49. The Auggie lead is 14. Sony looks over to the bench. AG calling out the play. Cheney Pell at the high post extended. Here's Sony out on the ridge against Zach Smith. Copeland open for 3. No good. Rebound though. Colin Olmshad back up top of a new 30-second clock for the Auggies. The Auggies set it up. They go low post both corners. Again, the 3-guard weave up top. Copeland around a double team and a reach around foul on Dylan Sea Rockers. And that'll be his first foul. Just the second team foul against Hamline here in the second half as we clear the 8-minute mark of this second half. 7:56 to go up on the clock. And it is Sony to get it into McKernan. Copeland Olmshad at the high post against Brooks. Sony off a pick from Olmshad, goes inside. Shot is blocked by Powell, goes out of bounds. And Harry said, where is the block on that? He got hammered on the forearm. And no foul. Pleading his case for a 2-shot foul. And said he will inbound it from the baseline underneath his own basket. And the Auggie ladies have come all the way back, 58-54, allowing Pipers just 9 points in the second half. Augsburg by 4. Brooks will come on. And did Shearing come back in? Yep, Ethan Shearing back in the ballgame. A little moisture on the floor. And we're set to go. And Sony will inbound. Gets it into Olmshad. He got knocked over like a bowling pin. No call. Sony in the lane. Step through. Lays it up and off. Tipped up by Pell. No good. Third time by Cheney. Yes! Cheney Pell, 2 offensive boards. He's got 4 points. 65-49. Persistence by Cheney on the boards. Powell, low post to Smith. Down the left wing. Switch on defense. Powell at the high post to the corner for Sea Rockers. Into the lane, Dylan steps back against Copeland. Shot up, no good. Foul by Booker. And the Auggies have done a good job of keeping out of foul trouble. We had 4 players with 2 fouls at the half. Actually, we had 5 players with 2 fouls at the half, and that is just our 3rd foul of the second half. 1 to Copeland, 1 to Cheney Pell, the other one for Colin Olmshad. Sea Rockers at the line, 5 of 7, 14 points, free throw good. In fact, he's made 5 in a row, and he has 15 points, 65-50. The lead is 15. Albert Lee Tiger. Second one also, no, yep, yes it is. Rolled around for a while. The Auggie lead, 14. As Harry hits the front court, leaves it off for Copeland. McKernan for Sony. Backs in against Smith. Bounce pass underneath there, and the pass a little bit too far. McKernan couldn't catch up with it. They try to go pick and roll, and McKernan could not catch up with the pass. And whistle and a foul in the backcourt against Cheney Pell, or is against Zach Smith. It is on Cheney. He knocked over the offensive player, Zach Smith, in that backcourt. 3rd foul on Cheney. So he and Copeland have 3. 65-51 with 7 to go. They get it into Lucasburg. From a Farmington Tiger, Lucas front court. To the corner, Zach Smith. Back to Bird from the corner, launches the three. It's not going to go. Sonic with the rebound. Waits for traffic to clear. How about the job by the Auggie ladies? In a quarter and a half, they've only given up 9 points in the second half. Auggie now lead by 5, 59-54. Copeland goes inside, Omshad, low post, double team, looking to clear. Now he's going to back down, working against Sheeran, goes inside, right hand hook, up and in. And 7 this half for Colin Omshad and 24 on the night. It is 67-51. Berg shovel pass, Smith, 3, catch and release, shot no good, and the rebound belongs to Henry Sony. Augie shot 55% in that first half. Hamline has really gone cold here in the second half. They shot about 47% for the first 20 minutes. There's Channing Pale to the wing. McKiernan, 3, no good. He's already had 4 threes. Maybe that's his quarter. Front court for Berg, but he missed that 3. Smith, the point guard, on the move, into the paint, to the low post. Tries to step back. He does. Leads up and in. Nice move. Zach Smith with his first field goal this half. 8 points tonight. 67-53. We keep trading baskets. 5:30 to go in this one. Augie's looking to go 10-5. Secure. Again, 5 teams competing for 4 playoff spots in the MIAC. Chasing St. Olaf and St. John's. Here's Copeland inside Olmsted. Double team whistle. And a foul, I believe, on Nick Powell. And that'll be the 3rd team foul against Hamline. And Nick Powell will pick up his 2nd foul. Powell will sit down. Isaac Brooks will come back in. Augsburg inbound. Baseline. Underneath their own basket. Sona gets it into Copeland. Goes baseline inside. Lays it up and in. Nice entry play. As Copeland has his first field goal this half, 7 tonight, 69-53. We keep exchanging deuces. Here's the scoop set up by Berg, and no good. McKenna will pick up the foul, and that is his 3rd. Augie's about scored the Hamline Pipers now. How's my math? 30-9 in the second half. It's 63-54. Augie ladies. Tale of 2 stories. I think when we did the game here for the women, I think we had the same thing. We didn't play very well the first half, but the second half we were lights out. Berg makes the free throw. And he has his fourth point of this half, 8 for the ball game. Chaney Pell gets a nice hand for the Augie people across the way. And next to Matke will come in for the Augies, 69-54. Berg 2 for 2 from the line. Free throw, no good. And the rebound, Sabatke with the basketball. Clear the 5-minute mark of this ball game. Augies by 15. Sony, Sabatke, Copeland, Olmshad, and McKiernan on the floor. Sabatke to the wing near side for Copeland. Free throw line high. Booker takes Berg inside. Can't get a shut off. Looking to clear. He does. McKiernan with 7 on the clock goes inside to Copeland. Booker turns, shoots, and it is no good. But he's fouled on the way up by Lucas Berg, and Booker will go to the line to shoot 2 as Berg will pick up his 2nd foul. Five minutes to go in the ball game back home. Free throw by Copeland is good. And Booker scored all ways possible. 2 deuces, 1 3, now 1 for 1 from the line. 70-54. Berg will come out. Robinson will come back in. Booker, normally an 85% free throw shooter. He makes both free throws. He has 9 points. 13 is average for the season. Augie's biggest lead, 17 points. At 71-54. 3-pointer from up top by Smith. No good. And Sabatke with the rebound. Augie's at Concordia on Saturday afternoon. Both the men and women will make the trip up 94. Here's Sabatke with the basketball. Off on the wing for Copeland. Inside for Olmshad. He's open. He goes inside. Lays it up. No good, but fouled by Ethan Shearing. And Colin Olmshad will go into the free throw line. 4 of 5 from the line. 7 points this half. 24 for the ball game. Augie trying to sweep the series. They won 92-81 at home. First of two for Olmsted, up and in. And a 91% free throw shooter. And Nick Powell will come in. Ethan Shearing will sit out. Augie lead is 18. 25 for the big guy, one of our four seniors. Free throw up. Second one is also good. And the Augies, after that road trip to Concordia, back home for 3 of the last 4. Saturday the 10th, they head up to St. John's. And Coach Jim Hayes is going to call timeout as the Augie lead is now 19. 73-54 with just about 4 minutes to go. And the Augie comeback continues. 68-54 with 4:35 to go. The Augies were down 45-33 at halftime. That's why I'm at 35-9. The Augies have outscored Hamline in the second half. Nice comeback by the ladies. And with that win, they will go to 7-6 in conference, 11-8 overall, and still in that 6th playoff spot. Now, if St. Kate's can knock off St. Mary's, the Augies would be tied for the 5th spot. And let's check the scoreboard. And now with 4 minutes to go down in Winona, St. Mary's 54, St. Kate's 52. St. Thomas about to dispose of McAllister. They lead by 30. Gustavus and Carlton, I don't have a score in there. Nothing from Bethel and nothing from St. Cloud. Men's basketball. St. Thomas leading McAllister by 34. St. John's at home up on St. John's, or correction, on Concordia by 13. And let's see if we can't refresh those. Some of those scores are really old. Pipers to inbound. Coming out of the break, and they get it in to Smith. Zach Smith, the point guard. Augie's pack in the middle. Smith on the wing for Isaac Brooks. Nick Powell against Nick Sabatke. Robinson goes inside. Stolen away by Colin Olmsted. And another turnover against the Hamline Pipers. Right to left, the Augies into the front court. Augies at Concordia, then home to St. Olaf next Monday. Here's Kevin McKernan. Kevin directing traffic. Looking for Nick Sabatke. There's the pass into Nick. And he steps back, puts up a 20-footer, and scores. Nick Sabatke, smooth as silk. 5 points for Nick. 75-54. The Augie lead is now 21. Robinson with the basketball. Zach Smith into the lane from 15. Shot up, no good. Rebound. Take it away off the hands of McKinnon. There's Olmsted. Booker goes down. He's up. He's okay. We've cleared the 3-minute arc. 3 minutes to go in this ball game. 75-54. Sabatke for McKiernan out of the wing near side. Kevin on the move for Olmsted. Sony on the move. Left-hand dribble in the lane. Stops and pops and scores. Nope, no good. Robinson the rebound. PC quickly into the front court for the Hamline Pipers. Goes inside. Brooks lays it up and in. Isaac Brooks with his 3rd field goal. They've held him to 6 points tonight. Came in averaging 14 points a ball game. Augie lead is 19. Sabatke in possession. 5 seconds. Oh, he got rid of it. Thank you. Colin Olmsted on the left-hand dribble. Clearance to Sabatke. Up top. Looking inside for Copeland. There's the bounce pass into Booker. Into the lane. Leans, lays it up and off. And Isaac Brooks with the rebound. Robinson front court for Sea Rockers. Underneath for Powell at the low post. Backs down Copeland. Steps back, leans, lays it up and off. Rebound Olmsted, another one. As Colin Olmsted on his way to another double-double. As we have 1:45 to go, the Young is about to go 15-5 and 10-5 in conference. Pipers will drop to 5-10 and 9-11 overall. Here's Copeland in the lane to the corner. Nick for 3, short. Rebound taken away by Robinson. 1 and done for the Augies. Bounce pass, front court, Smith. Crossover dribble, goes inside, lays it up and off. And Olmsted with another rebound. And the foul against the Pipers or against Olmsted. Now they give it to Kevin McKinnon. That is his 4th foul. Oh, the scoreboard says 3. All right, we'll go with that. At the line is Zach Smith. Zach with 8 points. 6 of those in the first half, 4 for 4 from the line. Looks like Jim Hayes going to clear his bench. And the free throw by Smith is up and good. And he has 9 points. And wholesale substitution. Let's come in for the Pipers. Michael Dalton, freshman from Evergreen, Colorado. Connor Knutson, the junior out of Forest Lake. He was with the Augie program for 1 year. Smith, the second of 2, up and good. He is 6 for 6 from the line, 75-58. And now Zach Smith will come out of the ball game. Jake Larson back in for the Pipers. And now Colin Omshot, his night is in with 26 points for the big guy, including 9 in the second half. Coming in for the Auggies, Brett Kinder, a junior out of Forest Lake. And there's Martin Mitchell on the floor for the Auggies. Martin on the dribble, free throw line, in the lane, scoop shot up off glass, no good, but he was fouled. And Martin will go to the free throw line. I see Henry Mulligan in the ball game as well for the Auggies. Martin Mitchell, a 77% free throw shooter, looking for his first points tonight. Averaging 4 a ball game, free throw up, free throw good. And Martin, as I see, is in the book, 76-58. Looks like Matt Carrick is going to come in for the Auggies. And K-Mac's night is done with 14 points, including 4 3-pointers. Mitchell for one more. Yes. He's got to do 77-58. Jake Larson into the front court. Off of the wing, near side. There's Connor Knutson. They swing it around the perimeter. Up top, new man in the middle is Will Hoyset. Will is a 6'9 junior from Qatar. Doha, Qatar, the American School of Doha. And off a missed shot, Augie basketball. Here's Mitchell out of the right wing. Around a double team, goes baseline, inside pass for Kinder. Out to the corner, Mitchell for 3. Martin scores. Martin Mitchell adds to the 3-point totals, and it's 80-58. The Augies a 22-point lead. And off of the wing, let's see. Try to find all these new numbers here. The floor is Trey Prince out of Chanhassen. Pass inside, wide open. Layup is no good on a shot taken by Michael Dillon, 6'6 freshman from Colorado. Foul against the Augies. Look Nick's face. Yep, that's Nick Sabatke's third foul of the ballgame. 19 seconds to go. And it is Augies by 22. And at the line is Michael Dillon. Free throw up. First one is good. 80-59. See how the ladies are doing. And now lead by 22. What a tale of two halves. Second free throw by Dillon is also good. A 45-point second half for the Augies. They will go above 500 as the Augies are going to dribble it out. Matt Carrick not being pressured by the Pipers. 5 seconds on the clock. Matt holds the ball, not being pressured, and the horn's going to sound. Augies win. 80-60 is your final. As mentioned, the Augies now 15-5 overall and 10-5 in conference. The Hamline Pipers 9-11 overall, 5-10 in conference. And a final from Cy Melby Hall, Ernie Anderson Court, Augsburg 78 and Hamline 56. And my math, that is 11 points for the Pipers in the second half, and the Augies had 45 points in the second half. Boy, talk about two halves. And again, the Augies and Concordia Moorhead coming up this weekend. Both teams traveling up north. The Augies and the Pipers got a very tight game started. We had one tie, a couple of lead changes. Pipers had a lead of 3-2. Augies went on a 10-point run and one going away. They led by 8 at halftime. In fact, had a 14-point lead in the first half and stretched that out to 22 points in the second half. Augies get a split here tonight as the JV lost a tough one. Lost to the free throw line, 56-54. Let's check the totals. First of all, for the Pipers, Dylan Searockers. He had 9 in the second half and 16 points for the ballgame. Kalu Abasi had 2. Isaac Brooks, the center, had 6 points. Zach Smith, the point guard, finished in double figures with 10. Robinson did not score. Shearing did not score. Nick Powell, 12 in the first half, just 2 in the second half, 14 points. Brett Lukes had 2 first half free throws. Lucas Berg with 4 in the first half, 4 in the second half. That adds up to 8. And for the Auggies, again, 26 points for Colin Olmshot, 9 in the second half, 17 in the first half. Couple of threes, a lot of deuces, and 6 of 7 from the free throw line. Nick Sabatke with 5. Harry Sony with 7 in the second half, finished the ball game with 9. Kevin McKiernan, 14 points, including 4 threes and a couple of free throws. Booker Copeland finished tonight with 9, a deuce and 2 free throws in the second half, 9-point total. Matt Carrick, 4 first half points. Henry Mulligan, 4 first half points. Martin Mitchell coming off the bench late and scoring 5 points in the closing minutes. Cheney Pell with 4 points, 2 in each half. And that's the point totals here tonight. And with that, it's about time to wrap things up again. Augsburg and Concordia, Saturday afternoon from Memorial Auditorium in Moorhead. And say hi to Jim Sella, good friend of SID up there. And both of those games, by the way, will have links on my website, tjsportsonline.net, as well as the Augie game site. Links to the broadcast you'll find. And you can watch and listen to the game, listen to Larry Knutson up there. Great man, good friend. Tomorrow night on the Augie Sports calendar, Augie men's hockey against St. John's. Battle for first place in the MIAC. 6:50 our broadcast time, 7 o'clock for the face-off from the Herb Brooks National Hockey Center. Tom Ritchie and I will be up there. And don't forget, it's the Battle of the Bergs tomorrow night. Wrestling down in Waverly. And the link to that broadcast you will find at tjsportsonline.net. Friday night, Augie men's hockey at home. The rematch with St. John. Josh Powers will have the call of that. And on Saturday afternoon, Augsburg and St. Ben's women's hockey. And Josh Powers will have the call of that game as well. And with that, we'd like to thank all the sponsors to make this all possible. And they include Minnesota Coaches Incorporated, Memory Lanes and Flashback Cafe, the Courtyard, Minneapolis Hotel, the Corner Bar, Thrivent Financial for Lutherans, Twin City Orthopedics, Wells Fargo, Devani's Pizza, 360 Wow Inc., and Jimmy John's. Thanks to all of them for making possible this one of 130 broadcasts throughout the season here on Augie Game Central. And for Tom Ritchie, I'm Tom Witchen. Your final score, the Augies on the road. They're 8-1 now on the road. They win 80-60. And back home, the Augie ladies won 78-56 from Hutton Arena here in the campus of Hamline University. Good night, everybody. Hey, we'll talk again tomorrow night.